I think it's fair to say I never expected to make another gRally video, but here we are 2 years later, it having had its second birthday just a couple of weeks ago, and with it a fairly sizable changelog. Now on version 1.1, as of the 21st of May, you can see its changelog here, includes various graphical improvements, improvements to the physics engine, and various other nuts and bolts. So I'm just going to jump in and see if this is just an epinephrine shot to a long dead cadaver, or if it is indeed now worth your £9.29 as it is on Steam. I think I paid £2 something. So I'll jump in. Unfortunately the menus and so on are only on 2D, but when we get on track we'll be in VR. So let's see how it goes. Okay, I will say something odd right from the start. The loading screen came up on my big TV in front of me, but what you're seeing is actually on the small screen to my right. I don't know why. In config, in video, you can actually see, it should be my LG TV. Resolutions don't matter, I'm going to be in VR, but for some reason it just wants to show on that screen. So if I was playing on monitor only, I'd be a bit stuffed. Anyway, quality settings, post-process, keep fairly low. I know this performs pretty bad in VR, but the one thing I do want to mention that this game definitely gets right is controls. They're so simple, so straightforward. When you've got loads of different bits of kit, presets don't help. This doesn't mess around with them. You just click what you want and do it, and you can see I've got everything assigned, shift, and the way you can just set keyboard inputs as well as controller inputs like you can with the Assetto Corsa, combining keys, is brilliant. It's so straightforward and everything just works straight away. So let's get on track. Despite the 2-year birthday, we still only got the 2 cars as it was back in the beginning. Let's go with the G2. Track wise, these last 2, yeah, the procedural ones, and I think there's a jump one, there's a new one here. I think it's just the arena again with a couple of jumps in it. Right, let's go with the procedural one and get on track and into VR. Okay, so obviously I've got no motion seat, no butt kicker, but that's no issue. We should just load straight up onto track here. Okay, press and release your handbrake and warm up your tyres until the starting line. So gears all working. Handbrake, and we're off. So this is a procedurally generated track.
2 right minus and 5 left minus opens 80, 4 left 20, 5 right 20.
Another thing I've noticed, I can't hear the call outs. It's the steering rotation. That's gone well. It seems to be stuck at 900 in game. Obviously I can set it to whatever I want in SimuCube, but in game you set it to whatever and it just seems to put itself back to 900. No avoiding that. I mean, steering angle doesn't feel too bad. You generally have less on rally, but
3 right, 40, 3 left, 100.
right, as you can see instantly, performance is terrible. Now I've got stuff on medium, and I've got a 2080 Ti,
6 left,
and this performs like absolute cack.
6 left, plus open,
I mean, the pop-in is huge,
20,
the reprojection is massive.
plus 70.
Controls will work fine,
5 right, minus
but the massive issue, which I wonder if you're seeing. Yeah, you're seeing, because you're seeing my right eye. The clouds are fixed to my right eye. Look at that. In my left eye they're not. In the left eye they're correct. The left eye looks like a correct sky and doesn't look too bad. So in my right eye they're moving, in the left eye they're fixed, and that's not nauseating, but quite disgusting to look at. That's a huge bug, to be honest with you.
20.
I know there was a couple of little updates that came out since the 1.1, and they obviously haven't fixed that. Yeah, the pop in. Look at the pop in. There is no pop in distance. It's just popping in on top of me.
Hairpin right. In. 6 left. 70.
Not done that very well. Oh, we'll have a little look at the waterfall. Nice little addition there. Little bit of a lake. I mean, the speed that water's coming in, where's it going?
1 right.
You think that's going to be filling up down there? This HUD, don't know how to get rid of this HUD. I didn't see any setting options for any control options, or I would have bound something to it. Unfortunately, no. I think you're stuck with this close-up HUD in VR. Hairpin left, okay. Let's give it a go.
5 left. 30.
No. So, control-wise, yeah, all the controls work. Force feedback. It's juddering all the time. Like, it's very sort of simple. You can certainly feel it does lighten up under acceleration and gets heavy under braking, but sometimes the jolts. Okay, whoa, like, Jesus, what's it doing? Okay, we're going on the Akaky 1. I don't know how you pronounce it. Akaky, I'm assuming. Make sure I'm looking ahead, as I don't know of a reset VR button. I couldn't find a way to turn off HUD, so I think we're just sort of stuck with that. And trees. Just look at them. Trees are just, well, they don't even rotate, these billboards. They're literally just billboards. Don't even rotate with me. Well, we do have lights. We have lights. I'm not sure what the time of day choices are. We also have wipers.
5, 4, 3.
Don't know if there is rain.
2 right minus and.
2 right minus and.
2 right minus.
Okay, so this is the Akaky hill climb.
50, hairpin right.
Yeah, the force feedback is not ideal.
Hairpin left, open.
It's very. It's hugely on and off. Hugely on and off.
30.
Um,
right.
The performance is so bad, it's quite amazing.
Hairpin left, opens, 100.
Crocky.
6 right.
I'll tell you what,
20.
let's try motion smoothing. Let's try look at the wheel going crazy. Whew. Let's try motion smoothing. Your settings enabled. I generally don't like to use it because it can leave trails and blurs, but it's better than nothing in a game like this. Right, mirrors. So mirrors are an odd one. So look, obviously they're not real mirrors. They don't move with your head movement at all. But there's like a HUD in the left one. The HUD, yeah, the HUD is actually displayed in the mirror. That's odd. And while we're talking about that, let's have a look at the car itself. It's very simple in design. Still got my ghost passenger from my first video I did. It serves a purpose. No driver model, but that's no big issues. Steering wheel looks decent enough. It's fairly simple in here, but
5 right plus.
this is by far not my biggest complaints at all. So what's happened in 2 years? All these updates. Does it feel any better?
Hairpin right and hairpin left,
it still seems.
30,
I don't like to be harsh,
5 right, 20,
but it's not worth £9.29.
70,
I mean, it's not worth the £2 something I paid for it.
2 left, open,
That might sound harsh, but
4 right,
you know, this probably is the last time I'll ever play it.
in,
It's got to be some monumental update to
enter,
make me load this again. Look at it.
plus, in, 3 left, enter,
I remember people had hopes for this,
in, 5 left, open, in,
but it performs awful, it looks awful.
6 left, plus, 20,
It doesn't drive too bad,
100, hairpin left, open, enter,
but there's just no point to it.
3 right, 150, 5 left, 50,
God, it doesn't drive too bad, but it doesn't drive brilliantly,
hairpin right, 20,
and everything else is just so darn terrible, including my driving. That's darn terrible as well. But I just wanted to give it another go,
5 right,
see if that update had
enter,
breathed any life into it, and I can't see what it's done.
hairpin right, 50,
I can't see what it's done.
hairpin
Well, I
left,
mean, what am I missing?
in,
Please, someone tell me what I'm missing.
hairpin right, open, in, hairpin left, in, 6 right, 20,
Oops. I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered. Look at it. The cloud thing, the graphics, no. 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 Well, I gave it another go. I gave it a go after its 2-year birthday, and it seems exactly the same. It feels the same. The drive isn't that bad, but it's not great. And everything else is terrible except the control screen. The control screen I like. That's the one thing that they seem to have done right. And that sounds harsh. I don't know how big a team is putting this together and how often they get to work on it, but you know, is it worth your £10? It's not. It's not. Maybe one day I'll get a massive update and I'll do another video maybe in a couple of years. We'll see, but you know, I'm not holding my breath. Anyway, that'll do it for now, and I'll catch you later. Cheers.